So now we've got a second hand here, which is 10-20 online and folded around a small blind who raises, and hero calls with a 9-7 offsuit here. Suits aren't going to matter too much though. The flop comes Jack 5-4 with 2 diamonds and a spade. Small blind bets and the big blind calls. Since we don't have a diamond in our hand, you just against like a standard leg take kind of opponent, or even like against some fish, like it might be correct to just fold on this flop. I mean, it's close because we do have a 7. Like there are good turn cards. Like a 8 gives us outs, a 6 gives us outs, a 3 gives us outs. And plus, like there's always the possibility that he has nothing and check folds in the turn. But like the big thing that makes this into a flop call is the small blind. Using our heads up display that we have in this hand, the small blind has a 33% win to showdown after 55 hands tracked, and then just some other information. He's a 34-15 with a 1.2 aggression factor. So, like 34-15, like it's not really totally leg tag. I mean, leg tag would be more like 34-22, 34-25, somewhere around that area. Even 34-20 if the cards are just like making it so you're calling in your big blind a lot. I mean, like 55 hands isn't a huge sample size to work with. Then 1.2 aggression factor. He's not passive. He's not a maniac. He's we'll say like fairly aggressive. So now we get to the turn here, and it's ace of spades. Small blind bets, and hero decides to call again. And this is yet again, I mean, guess both hands here that we have. The turn is kind of the interesting spot. Like your normal default spot decision here would be to either fold or raise on the turn. You're either going to represent an ace or you're going to fold because you have no pair, no draw. Hero decided to call, and this is more or less kind of like a no limit floating play, which like there's a couple considerations here. Number one, the small blind does have a 1.2 aggression factor, so we're saying he's aggressive enough that turn comes an ace, he's going to bet the turn purely because it's an ace. He realizes that that's a good card to perhaps win me the pot if the big blind called the flop without a ton of stuff. So then the tricky part is here. I mean, hero could raise, but like most opponents look at you raising as well. The ace is a good card for him to be bluffing with, and small blind might call you down with king high or 3-bet you just to see what you're up to. So calling in this kind of spot, especially when you have a guy that has a 33% win to showdown, calling here exudes strength to him. It exudes that you have a pair or something of that, or a strong draw, and you're not going to fold. That's kind of what you're conveying to him. Plus, calling opens up the possibility of being able to bluff on the river because there was a diamond draw on the flop. There is a straight draw. There's lots of cards that can come off on the river that present a strong bluffing opportunity against an opponent who is given evidence to support the notion that he'll fold more than the average player. Now we get to the river here, a 6 of diamonds, which is a super awesome card for our hero in the big blind. I guess, yeah, I don't know why that says big blind. We should probably change that to hero just so it doesn't get confusing. Small blind checks and the hero bets, and the small blind does fold. So I'm just brought this hand into light. Like this, like I played this hand, and it's a very rare scenario. I'm not really suggesting you try to start floating people all the time, but just something to at least keep in the back of your mind. If you have the right kind of opponent where you think he's thinking enough and does like to convince himself that he has reasons to fold, like just because a card that came on the turn, an ace, didn't help your hand, and in fact it made it so you have basically nothing, doesn't mean you necessarily have to fold in these blind on blind battles where you have position. So it's worth calling. I mean, if he does bet the river, and let's just say the river like pairs the 4, or even if he pairs the 4, you could throw in a bluff raise. Like he might fold a hand like pocket 7s or who knows what else. But I'd just say the river's like a 10 or a 9 or something like that. Like in our small blind bets the river. I mean, there you can fold, which like one of the nice things about not bluff raising the turn is sometimes it saves you that extra big bet when he does have something, because like his river actions will often be an indication either he has nothing or he has something, and So you're basically saving yourself one bet by being able to get rid of the hand on the river too. So that's just like another nice perk to simply calling on the turn and making him prove that he has it. 'Cause like 3-barreling on this kind of a board it's pretty tough to do with nothing, and that would be why you would just call on the turn.